Hello everybody, thank you for joining us today. I hope you're going to find this useful. I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the college. So we were founded in 1990 and basically we started as an A-level retake college. So this was our history. Since then we've grown a lot. We do a lot of different programs, 2-year GCSE, 2-year A-level, International Foundation program, but we still retain a core of retake A-level students. And in actual fact, we're 30 years old this September, so this is our 30th anniversary. Now, for my part, I've actually been at the college 21 of those years. So, you know, I do have seen the college's development and, you know, how we've progressed and how we've changed over the years, but it's still at the core, we retain the A-level retake option. So in terms of the college itself, we're a city centre college and we want to create a stepping stone to university. We want to create an environment that's different from being in the sixth form or being at school. You know, we want you to feel that you're coming to a college where you're going to be treated like an adult. We have small group teaching. We're a small college, you know, at maximum we're 220 students, which is, you know, it's small. We all know each other. And the small classes are very important. We want to be friendly and supportive. We want to work with you. We want to work with your parents. And we have a 5 R's philosophy that will come up again later. We try to make the curriculum as innovative as possible, and we also make it to fit each individual. And we have a lot of guidance available for university applications and support, which is obviously important because that's the end goal for pretty much all the students that come to the college. Now, the city centre building is a bit of a TARDIS, so it's actually got 7 floors, 5 floors, a ground floor and a basement. And there's a couple of images there of the facilities. Subsequent to those pictures being taken, we've actually done a lot of social distancing within the college. We now have a one-way system, so we're COVID friendly and ready to open the doors of the college in September. So the big day, Thursday, August the 13th. Now, the problem with this results day is that you aren't in control of your results as much as you would have been in any other year, and neither are your teachers. So the first thing I'm going to say to you is that I hope your results will be what you need and that you will get into your university, either your first choice of university, your first choice of course, or that you will be offered an alternative place. Now, on Thursday, the 13th of August, UCAS track will be updated by 7 AM. Schools have been instructed they cannot send results out until 8 AM. So there's an hour before the results actually arrive and you will see what the universities are saying. Now, you may well find that everything is absolutely fine and you don't even know your results yet, okay? But if UCAS track is still saying that that you haven't been offered a place, then, you know, you could then try and contact the university, you can ask your school for help, and of course you could go into the clearing process. What I would say is that if you've got an offer that wasn't your original one, don't reject it before you've looked at what's in clearing, okay? A bird in the hand is always better than in the bush, okay? So it's important to look at what you've got before you rush on. Now, clearing, I think there's going to be a big clearing this year, and there's a number of reasons. I think there will be more university places. I think that there may be less international students coming to the UK this year. So I think it's important to take advantage of that. And what I would say to you is, do look at what's available, do look carefully, but don't rush into a decision. You know, it's a bit like going to the sales and buying some kind of outfit that you wouldn't normally have bought, and then you buy it and you never wear it. So just be careful because you're making a decision for 3 or 4 years, the next 3 or 4 years of your life. So make sure it's a place you want to go, you want to be. So, but do look carefully. And, you know, I think there's going to be a lot of places available for you to look at and choose from. However, if you do feel that you don't want to go to university, it's not right for you because your course that you want to do is particularly competitive, or your university is particularly full on the course you want to do, then looking at retaking your A-levels and reapplying could be an option. Obviously, this takes a year to do, but it is an option, and you may well find that you're strengthening your profile, strengthening your A-levels, strengthening your academics by doing this plan. Now, I want to talk a little bit about how A-level retakes work. Now, as you probably know, JCQ have said there will be an October exam series. Now, those October exams are suitable for a very small minority of people. I would say they're suitable if you have, since the lockdown in March, continued working. If you've continued working and learning, and you've done that throughout the summer and throughout this period now, and you need to do maybe one subject and improve a grade, that might work for you. If you haven't, it's not going to work for you. It's going to be counterproductive because you simply haven't been doing the work. You simply don't know it. Your foundations won't be there. So that would be for a small minority. And if that is what you think you want to do, you need to go to your previous school and inquire about taking October retakes. What we're recommending and what we're offering is that if students feel that retaking their A-levels is a good plan, either 1, 2 or 3 of them, then you could do our one-year program, and that's our A-level retake program, and that would give you the chance to reach your potential. Now, normally we would run the program with discrete one-year classes covering everything from beginning to end. But this year we're going to do it a bit differently. We're going to focus on retakes being in a year 13 class and covering the upper 6 work alongside support with the year 12 work. Because in essence, you didn't finish year 13 in the same way that any others have. Any other retakes coming to us for any previous year sat the exams in June, and you didn't do that. You weren't able to do that. And whilst you may have carried on doing some of the work, it's not the same as having learnt it all up ready for the main exams. So as I said before, you can do 1, 2 or 3 subjects depending on your profile, and that would be what we discussed when we met. You would get full UCAS support to help you prepare for any interviews, for your applications. And we also recognise that the best route to university for you might not be via A-levels, and it might be via our alternative programme, which is called our Combined Studies programme. Okay, so if we look at A-level subjects then, we've got the following subjects. We could do art, we could do photography, we can do biology, business, chemistry, economics, maths, physics, and religious studies. I think also psychology, which we've not put on the list there. We've got English language, English literature, French and German, if there's sufficient demand. Now, we can't necessarily do every combination, but in general terms, people will typically want to retake biology or chemistry, typically want to take physics or maths, typically want to take maybe maths or economics or both. Those are the typical kinds of combinations. Now on this screen here, you can see different students from 2019 and the grade increases that they achieved. So what you'll see is the top line, the first candidate was a C in maths and a C in economics and went to an A, and a 2 grade increase. Typically, the grade increase is between 1 and 2 grades. The average is 1.5. The next candidate here went from D to B, D to B, C to A. So again, a 2 grade increase across the board. The third candidate on this slide has gone from a D to B and then got an A in a new subject from scratch. So that is sometimes what people do. Now, as you go down the list, you will see some people are getting 2 grades, some getting 1. There's the odd person who stays the same on their grade. You know, you have to put in 100% to this program if you're going to achieve the improvements. But in general terms, the grade improvement is 1.5 to 2 grades, with occasional people getting 3. Now, if A-levels aren't the way, you know, A-levels are a difficult course. They're a 2-year program, really. It's all the exams at the end, everything in one basket, all your eggs in one basket at the end. You know, this is another alternative, our Combined Studies program. This is a modular program with exams in December, with exams in March and exams in June. And you can do lots of the strands, all the strands you would have done at A-level, except you just choose 2 and then you do key skills. This summer, we had a number of students doing Combined Studies program and they completed the qualification. We did all the exams online. So what that means is that nothing's been left to chance here. Those students now have the scores that they've achieved by continuing the program. And we've got lots of universities that accept it. You can see there Aston, Keele, UCLan, Newcastle for Pharmacy, York, St John, you know, a really good range of universities that accept the program. And that list is growing. Okay, so one of the features of the college has to be about the teaching. What you want is you want to be able to understand the things you didn't understand before, the gaps you had, the corners in your knowledge. Small classes, maximum 12, gives you the ability to ask questions. It gives you the ability to get more support and help. We're on first name terms. We're not going to be putting barriers to education. As you can see, we don't have a uniform. You know, things are going to be a little bit different with COVID-19. We're going to have to be a little bit more socially distanced, but in the end, you're going to get that support from our teachers. We look at a framework to overarch this. We call it routine, rigor, responsibility, resilience, and reflection. You know, if you retake your A-levels, then you have to be resilient. It's not what you wanted to do. But if you do it and you reflect on why you've done it, and then you get a new system, a new way of operating, you really can improve your grades and get to where you want to be. These days, you're going to have to work till you're 70. So it's probably good to spend an extra year in your education if it's worth it for you to get to the university and course of your choice. So applications for university. Okay, so obviously you want to reapply. You need to know where it is that you're going to best reapply to. And what we want to do is make sure that you're going to apply to a course where you're going to thrive and that you've got the right skills. And we will support you with your UCAS. Now, if you are coming from another school, then we will combine possibly a previous UCAS reference and write one for you as well, a new one. But we get to know you very quickly. But for competitive courses, it's sometimes helpful to have the previous reference because that gives us a start on where we're going to write about you. So in terms of going to university, we want you to be ready to go, equipped to go, and we want you to be able to be successful. Everything about going to university is then about being successful. Now, quite a few people that apply to us for retakes do want the competitive courses like medicine, veterinary science, and dentistry. Now, these are highly competitive courses, although I might add there may be some places in clearing this year for the first time in some of these programs. So if that is you, then do look at that. Now, you're going to need excellent school results from GCSE. You may need to do the UCAT or BMAT test. And again, the arrangements for those are kind of emerging for this year. Relevant voluntary work experience you may already have. It's going to be more difficult to build on that, but there are other ways of doing that which we can support you with. We'll prepare you for interview, and if it's the kind of course that needs MMIs, the multi-mini interviews, we prepare you for that as well. We will also support you in learning about medical ethics, current health topics. Well, we couldn't have anything more current than COVID, could we? And healthcare systems and how they're coping in this situation. You know, we've got a very topical time to be looking at something like medicine. And indeed the way that vets and dentists are going to operate kind of moving forward is very interesting if any of you have tried to get a dental appointment, for example. Okay, so taking a look then at our class of 2020, our students have got fantastic offers from many Russell Group universities. Particularly, we do find the universities in the north are popular. So we've got Manchester, we've got Leeds, we've got Sheffield, even further north going up to Scotland and Edinburgh. But then we find students also want to go to London universities, those in the Midlands, you know, a range of places. So we've got King's, UCL, Queen Mary. And then lots of our other offers include the universities, you know, in the region and beyond. Now, offers, our class of 2020 offers. So you can see the wide range of of courses that people are applying for, from architecture and art, from biomedical to business, computer, engineering, interior design, medicine, you know, philosophy, pharmacy, neuroscience, religion, a big range of students being supported in their applications at Abbey College. Now, there are obviously questions that people frequently ask when they're looking at a third year, sixth year. One of them is, can I pick up a new subject for the one-year course? So that is possible. There may be certain subjects that work better than others, and it depends on your previous A-level profile. So that is something that we can discuss, because just sometimes it's better to leave a subject behind and look at a new subject if that fits in with the rest of the programme. So yes, it is possible. Okay. Next question that's often asked, what if I did a different exam board? Now, in terms of exam boards, there really isn't that much difference. Okay, so most subjects are very, very similar in content. There might be differences when it comes to something like English literature with the books and so on that you've done. And if you did come and do a subject like that with us, you would have to do the books that our teachers are experts in. And sometimes people, prefer not to change with those things. But if you're looking at chemistry or biology or maths or physics, the content is very similar. In an actual fact, to change exam board can be a refresher. It means you haven't seen the exam papers, it means it gives it a slight different angle, and that makes it a bit fresh. We have never had any problems with change of exam board. It works very, very well if that's what you have to do. Okay, will we still write your UCAS reference? Well, as I said earlier, if you're applying for a competitive course, and any course really, having the previous UCAS reference from your school is always good. They've known you maybe 2 years, maybe longer if you've been at the school for 7 years. So obviously having that's a good start for us. We get to know you very quickly, but as you can appreciate, we're looking at a turnaround time of perhaps 4 weeks to get the competitive applications in. So having that was great, and then we can add to it and talk about the reasons for you resitting, how you've settled in, how you're doing, how you're really getting on really well right from the get-go, and that really works well in terms of UCAS. So can you transfer at the end of year 12? So there may be students here today who are finished year 12 and they're thinking about transferring into year 13. I think that's a slightly more tricky thing, particularly this year. One of the problems with A-levels are you can teach them in any order. So it really depends what's been taught or what hasn't been taught. I think if you feel that year 12 hasn't gone very well, you might want to consider resitting year 12. I think that would be a safer option than transferring into an upper sixth. Or you might think about doing the combined studies program as an alternative. That would be a very safe option to do and transfer at the end of year 12. It's a little quote that I rather like. This college is like my second family. It's small, personal, there for me all the time, and offers all the support I need to achieve my dreams and aspirations. I think that's a lovely quote, and that is what we endeavour to do. That's what we endeavour to be. We want to support you. We want you to succeed. So I hope that what we've done so far is actually given you an oversight of retaking, of some of the things you might expect on results day, and that you have found it useful. So if you've any questions, please do send them to the chat, and then we can gather those together and I will answer those as best I can. Thank you. I'm just going to hand over to Tori John about any questions that might be arising. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz. That was really informative. Thank you very much. Now, I'm having problems seeing if there are any questions that have come in.
Hi, Tori. Just jumping in. Hiya. We don't seem to have any questions. Please do ask them. I think Liz has done such a good job. But what I would say is, obviously, we'll be sending details of the webinar after the event. So please do feel free to ask those questions to us via email as well. But if you do have any questions now, please do send them in. Yeah, we don't seem to have any. So I think we've I can hand back and we can sign off.
Yeah, no, that's great. Well, thank you very much for everyone who has participated today. If you got any questions that you want handled on a more one-to-one basis, then please do get in touch with the college, and we'd be very happy to arrange sort of phone calls with you where we can discuss what the opportunities here would be for you. So thank you very much, and good luck for Thursday.
Thanks, Tori. Yeah, good luck for Thursday. I hope it all works out and you get into universities. But if you don't, you know where we are if you think we can help you. Okay, thank you. Bye from me.
Bye.